record. So no one had to remind me this time. Okay. So now up here, the dimensions are located right up here. Okay, I've got this, and I'm going to go ahead and point it out up here. Right up here, this is your aligned dimension right here. That's the best tool for doing this right here. So that's what we're going to do with this. So we're going to do that right now. So that being the case, we're going to go up here, clear the drawings, and go up here and click on that. Now when we click on this, we're going to do the same thing we've done before. You want to go to the outside here, right to there. And then you're going to go to the middle of this right here. Now I missed that other one, but that's okay because we can fix it. And we saw this before. I can click on this and it's going to pick the inside, the center, or the outside. So it does that, gives me my 7'4" dimension. I want to repeat that over on this side. So I'm going to go over here and I hit my tab key until I find exactly what I want. And I just did. So I go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to go ahead and place this in relation to that right there. And looking at my set of plans, I can actually move that dimension elsewhere. But for right now, we'll leave it. We'll leave that right there. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so now that we've got that, we got the dimension in place. So all of my, as we call it in the industry, fenestration, which means the actual penetrations. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to put in our walls. Okay, our interior walls. So to do this right now. And we could do a couple things right now to orient ourselves. We could put in a floor, we could begin to put in our walls. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and put in our walls first. We'll put the floor in after. Okay, so as we do this right now, what I want to show you is what the existing information looks like, which is over here, level 1, copy 1. And this is what you've got right here. So look at these walls right here. You've only got a few walls, okay? The walls here, you've got a wall here, a wall here, a wall here, a wall here that surrounds the stairs, and a wall here. And then all the rest of this is really open. Okay, so this wall right here, you'll notice it's 12'9". It goes all the way across here, and it's 12'9" from the inside wall. So that's the one I'm going to go ahead and work on right now, 12'9". So to do this, I'm going to go to here. I'm going to pick a wall. I'm going to go to here and pick a wall unit. And I pick wall architectural right here. And which one do I want? Well, I've got interior wall, basic wall interior, which is right here. And that's exactly what it should be. You'll notice it's going from finished face interior, which is what I want to do again. And I got up to level 2, so I've got that. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to place it right along here. And as I do that, it's going to kind of give me a listing as far as where it's going to go. Now, right now, I'm just going to kind of pick. It's not finding where I want to go, so I'm just going to pick here and drag it straight across, and I'll fix it later. That is the huge advantage of using Revit. So when I go ahead and click on this, let's find out what that distance is. So the distance here is actually 13'6½", and it actually needs to be 12'9". So I'm close, but no cigar. So go here and make it 12'9". Boom. Now once I've got that, that's now in place. So now I have a 12'9" dimension. That's where that should be right there. So I got that in place. And that is how it should be. So go ahead and do that. And that almost divides that right in half. It's pretty close to dividing it in half. So we have that right there. Now, the next thing that I've got is over here. You're going to see that I also have another wall that kind of like goes across here. I got this wall, kind of like a halfway point. And this one, if I take a look at this, this is 13 feet 10½. 13 feet 10½ from this side over here. So that's 13 feet 10½, and I'll go ahead and put that one in. Same kind of a thing. I'm going to go and put a wall in. Wall. And I'm just going to kind of like, you know, kind of eyeball it here. I'm not going to make it perfect. I'm just going to kind of guess. Then I'll place it later. Again, that's the advantage of Revit. So I go to there, I click on that, and actually, I want, which one I want? I want to go here. That's okay, right down here. Okay, so this actually is giving me this down here. Let's see if I can't get it this way. Okay, well, that's actually down here. It's actually showing up down here, but we can go ahead and use that. So I can go ahead and use 13 feet 10½ because it's going to the inside, and so that would work. So 13 feet 10½, 13 feet 10.5, boom. So I've got that. So I got these in place. Now let me just go ahead and put a couple dimensions on those so that I know that I'm where I should be. So I'm going to go ahead and go from here. And notice that right here, it's not giving me, it's giving me the center line. So what I'm going to do is hit my tab key. When I hit my tab key, it changes where I'm measuring from. So then I go from here, tab key right there. That's 12'9", which is exactly what I want it to be. Then I'm going to put another one in over here. So I'm going to go here, again, tab key, there, and then tab key to get it to there. And that's 13 feet 10½. And that actually is going to get pulled up right up there. We'll leave it right there. So we have those in place. So now we have the basic walls that we need for this. That's all. Then we just got to kind of tweak them and get them in a position where they need to be. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do right now. So the next thing we have is I need another wall, okay, to actually give me the front portion, which is actually right here. So I've got this right here. Okay, this one is 8'9". This wall is 8'9" from here, actually onto here. So that's an 8'9" dimension from this wall right here to this wall. And that's what gives me my front closet. So that's an 8'9" dimension. So let me put that one in. So to do this, I would go ahead and I'd go ahead and put in another wall. So I'll just go ahead and you're kind of getting the idea here that I can just kind of like, you know, kind of, you know, use these as I need to and go like that. And then I can just kind of like at that point, I can then measure them and see how close they are. So this one is 6'10.5", and that one needs to be 8'9", and it needs to go to the other outside like this. So that means to be 8'9". There. So I'll make that 8'9". 8'9". It should push it. Yeah, I went ahead and pushed it. So now we're looking pretty good. And so what I could do right here is I could actually trim this wall off using modify, and I could use actually trim extend to corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to here, and oh, wrong direction. We'll go here to here, like oh, wrong way again. Let's try this again. We'll go here to here. What do I want to keep? I want to keep this here and here, like that. Okay, so I've got that right there. And that gives me the basics right there. So now we're looking pretty good. And let's go back over here one more time. Let's get the next one. So the next one I see right now, I've actually got this one. And this is 5'2" from outside to outside. So 5'2" for this wall right here. So 5'2", then I can trim everything off. So 5'2", so back to here, and that one's going to be 5'2". So I'll draw another wall. And you can tell that I'm quite fond of just placing a wall and then moving it from there. So I'm going to do that again. And I'll do that. And what I want for the dimension, I want it to be 5'2". Okay, so right there, it's going from, it should be outside to outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go click there. That goes the outside. And that one, boom, goes the outside all the way out. And make this one 5'2". So 5'2", and hopefully that goes where it's supposed to go. Yep, it just did, so we're good to go. Then I'm going to trim out the walls. So I'm going to modify, and this is the tool right here, trim extend to corner. What this one does, I'll let the video show you. The video shows you right here how you would go about, if it's going to, looks like the video's not going to go. So video's loading right now, and it's going to, looks like it's not going to do this, so we won't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on what I want to keep. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, come on now, come on now. All right, looks like I'm kind of in a, okay. All right, not sure if it's, okay. Hello, hello?
We're here.
Okay, you guys are still there. Okay, I just had some kind of a thing. Do you want to save changes to, yeah, I do. Okay, something just happened right there. I had a video thing. Okay, so go back to it. Got to open this back up. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah, we just can't see your screen.
Yeah, it just kind of died on me. So let me go back and I'll open that back up. And hopefully I didn't lose that. If I did, it's not the end of the world. But we'll go back to here and open those back up there. Didn't like something I was doing there, but I'm not sure why, but we'll go back. Okay, Winthrop House Brennan. Okay, let's see what happened here. Okay, admit Shane. Okay. How's it going, Shane? Okay, let's see here. Can you guys all, okay, let me go ahead and do this. Make sure you guys are all where you should be. Okay, you guys are all in here and we are recording. Let me go back to here and let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen if I can. Yep, share my screen, just give me this one right here. And you guys tell me as I go into here if you can see, can you guys see Revit now?
Yeah.
That's a yes? Okay, great. Okay, so what we got right now, now that we're doing this right now, what we had done is we put this together here, and I got a couple of items in here that I want to go ahead and I want to trim those out. So that's under modify, and I'm going to use trim extended corner. And what you do here is you click on what you want to keep. So here and here, you click on those, and click on here and here, and you want to click on those. You want to keep those. So that is pretty much what I would want to have in place there. That's how I place that, and we go ahead and make this happen. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in my other dimensions, which are going to go from, okay, from hit my tab key from here over to this outside, and that's what I want there. So you can see that as you go through here that you're really going to make Revit do all the work for you. It's really what you're going to do. And so here, go from here, and then I want to go down to there, and that's 8'9". So I have those in place. Okay, so we are looking good right there. So now that we have those right there, we're looking like we should, and that's good. Let's see here. Let me just do one thing here. Let me make sure I've got everyone in as I should, because I just had that all crash and burn on me. Let me see if everyone's doing well. Okay, not seeing people right now, so I'm not sure why that is. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay, for some reason, I am not seeing my listing of people right here. Let me go ahead and see if I can't see you guys. Okay, here's my participants. There we go. Okay, Shane, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so anyway, we're building this out right now, and I'm just putting dimensions on here. So when I'm done here, what I need to do right now is I need to open up my other project, because that closed out on me when Revit crashed. And we're going to go back out here. We're going to open up this other one. This is the one that we've been working on, and we will just be using that as our reference here. And hopefully it lets me do this without a problem, and it looks like so far so good. Okay, so what we did right now is we went ahead and drew this out, and the only thing that we have in place right here is this little wing wall right here. This right here actually is like a tall cabinet, single door right here, which is going to fit right in there, and you're just going to pull this wall to be out to the front of it. So the only thing I would do to edit this is I'd actually click on this and pull this out so it kind of meets the end of this, you know, like that. Pretty much that's all I would do. And then other than that, it would be correct. Okay, now other than that, I've got a door right here. This is door number 1. And door number 1 is a door single flush 30 by 80. So I'm going to go back over to here. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to put in a door. So I go over to my architecture door, and we will go to door that's 30 by 80, door single flush 30 by 80. So I'm going to look through my doors and make sure I've got what I'm looking for here, door single flush 30 by 80. And I'm going to go ahead and place it right here. And that's going to go pretty much kind of like this. And then I go ahead and drop it in. And then I go ahead and do that. And it's going to go ahead and do that. And then this one has to be door number 1. Okay, that's got to be door number 1 right there. That's its actual proper name and number. Okay, number 1, like that. Okay, so we got that right there, and that's in place. And so now I got the bathroom door right there. And this one is just going to be kind of like centered in the room, you know, as I get along there. Now, the next thing that I've got here is this actual bathroom actually has a depth, and that's 6'1" from the inside to the inside, 6'1". So I'm going to put in another wall to separate those. So 6'1" to 6'1". And again, this is just how you would do these. And I'll go to wall and architectural. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of eyeball it here to here. And then let's see how we did there. Is it 6'1"? Yeah, I got lucky. Look at that. I did. So I'll go ahead and save that. Boom. And we're good to go. So that's 6'1", and then this one would get pulled over the other side. So let's go ahead and take that and drag it, move it over. If I could, well, I don't want to do that. So I'll just go ahead and drag the whole thing like that. Okay, so what we got there is the bathroom, and then the different elements. You guys, I think, know how to put those in. Essentially, we just use components. And so I go up here to component, place a component, and then down here, what I'd want to do is I'd actually want to take a look at my components. And down here, you're going to notice that there's some things under here, such as plumbing fixtures. And I'd go ahead and I'd go here, and I would want to install my toilet domestic right here. And I go ahead and take this and bring this in, and that's going to go. Let's see here, I can flip it like that, and this is going to go on the wall here. Go ahead and drop it right there. And then the next thing I would have is actually a vanity and a sink. So going back over to here, just to kind of like make sure that I'm doing what I should do, this is all casework vanity counter with round sinkhole, 24-inch. So that is casework, okay? And so that's the next thing. So I'm going to drop that casework in there. So this is down here. And let's see here, casework right here. That's a vanity. And let's see here, casework. Let's see here. And I've got all these kind of like written out here. Vanity, cabinet, wall door, vanity, cabinet. Okay, I think that's the one. Vanity counter, 24-inch depth. Yeah, that's the one right there. We'll take this and drag it in. And this one, 24-inch depth. And looks like that's not the one I want. Let me try that one more time. So back over to here. This one is actually, okay, vanity counter. Okay, so it's got vanity countertop. Okay, so we've got these different components in there, so we can build that out too by placing that in there. So that would be vanity countertop. So this one, I believe we just take this and drop it in like this, and then we just got to shorten it. So we'll go ahead and do this, flip it like this. We'll go ahead and place it like right around like that. And then I'm going to take the end of it, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it on over like this, like that. And then I go ahead and pull this over too. Oh. Okay, that's not let me do that, is it? Okay. So let's see here. Where is that? There we go. So that allows me to go ahead and move that over, and that's going to go ahead and place that. And let me move this over here. Okay, looks like that one's a little too large. So that's something that I would, let's see here. There are some vanities here. I'm not going to necessarily spend the time to do this. That might be an 18-inch. Let's see here. It shouldn't be that. Let me show it one more time. So the actual, let's see here. Okay, what do we got there? That is actually a vanity cabinet, single door and door, 24 inches. Okay. Okay, looks like it gets stretched back in. Okay, in any case, I don't want to spend all the time on this, but it just gets kind of like placed right here. 24-inch depth. Let's try it, see if this one works a little bit better. I'm gonna pull this one in. Okay, yeah, that's actually the one right there. It looks like that. Okay, and then I'll go and drop that. And then the door will just get backed off so that won't get that. So we do that. Okay, so then when I have that, I'll actually put in the sink and so forth, but that's something I'll let you guys do. Now, the next thing I have right here is a bifold door. Bifold door would actually get set right in the front here. That's number 2. Okay, so number 2 is a 48-inch by 84-inch panel, and all that can be found on your construction documents there. So I can go to my doors, and I'm going to go here and up to door, and I'm going to find that, which is going to be a bifold, 48 by 84. Let me find my bifold. There it is, 48 by 84. I'm going to drop it right here, and it automatically tries to center it, which is kind of nice. Goes ahead and drops it in there, and it gives me number 2, so we're good to go there. So now you can see right here that I've got a pretty good start to this area. Now over here, there's actually supposed to be an opening right here. It's actually a very open floor plan, and so this one right here, this area, I need to put in an opening, a floor plan opening right there, and it's actually going to be. Actually, it doesn't, I don't think I have an opening right there. So let me just go ahead and do a quick look at that, verify what I've got there. And what I've got right here is this right here. So I've got this opening right there. And the opening right there, if I click on that, that tells me that the opening is 10 feet. That's a 10-foot opening. So you're just going to kind of center it between these two walls right there. And that's a 10-foot opening. So how do we do that? Well, here's the nice thing. In Revit, you've actually got the ability to use this right up here, which is actually called a wall opening right here. Yeah, this allows you to go ahead and cut a hole into a wall. And there's a little video that goes along with this. Shows you pick a point, and then you drag it along to pick the second point, and then you go ahead and create it in there. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and place this in here. I'm going to start somewhere. Now that I've started this, it asks me where I want to start. Yep, you want to go ahead and let in Julius. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue on with this right quick, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this right down to here. I'm going to pick, let's see here, pick this point here. Okay, let me do that again. So go to wall, and it asks me to select a wall, so it's going to be here. And I'm going to make a starting point, a rectangle. I'm just going to go here, over to here. And I'm going to go ahead and make it roughly like that. Okay, so I went ahead and put that in there. And then I highlight, and I'm going to go ahead and make it 10 feet. Like that. So that's a 10-foot, and it's roughly centered. I'm not too worried about it being exact, but it gives me a pretty good idea that that's kind of centered right there. So let me show you, and if I want to center a little bit better, I can just use my arrow keys to kind of move it over a little bit and kind of place it. Now, let me show you something here. How did that come out? Let's find out. I don't know how it came out. I'll find out right now. So let's take a look at it. And let's go back to here, back over to level 1, and let's see how we did there. So I go to here, I go to my camera. I'm going to click right here. Let me take a look at what I've got right there, see how that came out. Okay, now what happened here is by default, the wall opening here went to the top rather than the bottom. So we're going to fix that because right now the parameters allow you to change it. So we'll watch this as we go along here. So I got this wall opening, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the wall opening by hitting my tab key. And right there, I just selected it. So now that's in place right now. So what I want is my top offset. It looks like I want to have the base offset to be 0 first of all. So that's going to be 0. When I do that, that brings it down to the bottom. My top offset, that should be -1 foot, like that. When I make a negative 1 foot, that fits a whole lot better. So that's what you want to do to make your wall opening. And then you can see clearly from this room into the next room. And that's actually how the house is built. So you have that right there, and that's the kind of situation you have there. To see a little better appearance, you can go to consistent colors and see what it looks like there, or shaded if that helps. And that shows you what you got going on there. So that's how you make a wall opening. You don't have to do anything except put in the wall opening. It does the work. All right, any questions? You guys doing okay?
Yep.
So far, so good? Okay, great. So what we got right there is we've got the basics of this floor plan. There's a couple other things I could kind of go into detail, but I think I'm going to just kind of look at this real kind of quickly because we did this. We put this in place. We put these objects in here. We put this in place. And the other elements we're going to go ahead and put in here. I gave you guys a really nice cheat on this whole thing. All this thing right here, I actually gave you a first floor kitchen casework. I used to make my students draw it, but I don't do that anymore. I've got this model group, and this actually has all of this in here. Let me show you what it is, first of all. This is the this is the kitchen that we actually put together here. It actually looks like that right there. So all that is something you don't have to do because I put it together for you. So I'm going to show you where to find that. So I go back over to here, and to place this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down here under what is known as my, let's see here, it's under my groups right here. Under groups right here at the very bottom, you see groups, and you can either see information or not see information. I'm going to hit the plus symbol, and I'm under groups right here. You've got the first floor kitchen casework. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and drag it in. And notice this right here. I've got this in place. I'm going to go ahead and park it right up in this corner. Let me get a little closer. Go ahead and put it right up in the corner like that. And when you do that, boom, there it is. And okay, we'll do that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this into place like this here. All right. And I think we're pretty close to that right there. And that is what you'd have right there. That's how we go ahead and place it. And once we do that, it's all in place. And did that go in properly? I think we're pretty close. I think we need to go back just a hair. And yeah, and that's going to be up against the wall. That snugs up against the wall kind of nicely. So once you put that in place, which should look like this, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. Going over here, and this is where it gets kind of nice because very often you will have these kind of tools in different projects, and that's what it's going to look like when, let's see, here's that, if that's okay. Looks like it might have gone inside the wall, but that's okay. We can fix that. So going back over here to level 1, if that went in too far, we could go ahead and pull, looks like that might have gone in too far. So we can go ahead and pull it out a little bit, see if that doesn't make a difference. And let's go ahead to this view, see what that looks like. All right, looks like we kind of got that. Yeah, okay, that's the 3D view 36. Okay, so you got that. Okay, so that is what you've got in place right there. Looks like some of these might have actually, yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, members were excluded, so maybe I had to pull it out a little bit further like that just to kind of get it where it should be. And if I do that, let's see if that's a little bit better. Take a look at that again, see if that's better. All right, okay. It looks like that's not showing me those. Okay, for some reason those are not visible. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about that. We'll go ahead and just tuck it in there. We'll deal with it later. So you got this in place right here. So we went ahead and tucked that in there, and that's kind of gives us that. And that is that whole assembly of all that kitchen stuff. And don't worry about the visualization. That's on me, not on you. So don't worry about that. Okay, so moving on from there, we've got that in place. So what else do we have here? We got the room opening. We've got this right here. All this is looking pretty good there. And then what we would do at this point is we would then work with some other things such as the stairs. But for right now, we need to put in a floor. Okay, so to put the floor in, we're going to put in a real basic floor. So I'm going to go to my floor right here, and I'm going to go to floor architecture, and there's a few different floors that are out here. I'm going to use this one, floor wood truss 12-inch carpet finish, just to give myself something very simple to work with. And to put this in here, I can pick how I want to put it in. I can pick walls, or I could, in this case, I'm going to make a rectangle. So I'm going to rectangle, I'm going to pick this corner up here at the upper left corner. I'm going to make sure I pick the corner right up in here. And I'm going to pick there, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it down to the opposite side. Okay, right around here, like that. And when I do that, I hit the green check mark, and that just went ahead and gave me that. However, I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Well, the reason why is I have the floors turned off, so I'm going to turn them on right now. So to turn them on, I can just go ahead and type in VG, and that opens my visibility graphics. VG does that. You can also get it by going up here, by going to your view, and then you would go to your visibility graphics right here. and then you can see your elements. And you can see right down here, floors is not checked right down here. So I'm going to click on floors and hit my apply. Watch what happens. Boom, it shows up over there. So now we have that, and I'm going to give it a little different look here. I'm going to give it a consistent colors. Then I'm going to give it a realistic look right here. When I do that, it gives me kind of a Berber-like look right there. Kind of a Berber that we probably would never choose. We could fix the colors later and do the textures, but right now we have a floor. So let's see how this looks. We'll take a look at it right here. We'll go ahead and go and put a camera view in here. Take a look from this location right here through there, and let's see what we have. Okay, looks good. Let's see if we do see our floor, and looks like there's a floor, but let's verify it by going to here and putting in the realistic view. And there it is. So now you got your carpet and you got your wall. So looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good there. Now the next thing that you would need is a ceiling. Okay, you want a ceiling here. Ceilings operate the same way as floors do. So we go over here to architecture and we go to ceiling. Ceiling's right here. So for ceiling, you can make an automatic ceiling or you can sketch it. We're going to sketch it. We're going to go here. And you'll notice that right here, your choice is compound ceiling, GWB on metal stud, which means gypsum wallboard on metal stud. And in this case, it's really going to be on wood stud, but you know, we're not going to be picky. We'll just use that. So we'll use that, and we're going to sketch the ceiling, and we're going to make a rectangle just like we did before. Going to pick the two same locations. Going to go ahead and go to these corners right here. Go to these ceilings right here. I could go right to here, I suppose, or right to the corner of this intersection right here. See if that'll let me get there. Okay, that's there. Then you go all the way down to here, and we'll go ahead and pick this point right down to here, and we'll go ahead and put in our ceiling like that, and hit our green check mark. So once we've done that, we're still looking down, so let's see how it came out. We take a look here. Well, now you're seeing a ceiling, okay, which is the way it should be. So you got the ceiling right there, and so now we're starting to come into something, starting to look like something right there. And looks like you may have ceiling's kind of like coming down there a little bit. So looks like that compound ceiling looks like that came in. Could be moved back a little bit. Let me make sure the height's correct on this. Okay, so we'll go to the ceiling. And let's see how that's going to be there. We'll go to ceiling. Okay, let's grab that. Okay, so ceiling, go like that. Room mounting, so check that, see if that helps. All right, okay, so that went ahead and did that. So that, okay, so you didn't want it to be room mounting, so we're going to go there, and then you kind of like have that look right there. And so that is all in place right there. So you can see that you've got that in place. Okay, so we got that, and we are good to go. So we've actually got the ceiling in place there. Okay, good. So now we got that, we got the ceiling, we got the floor. So that floor is just about complete right there, okay? There's going to be maybe a couple of details, such as the stairs, which we'll get to later. We're going to turn our attention over here to the left side. This is going to be the floor of the garage. So to put the floor in the garage, we're going to take a look over here at this other one right here. And in this one, we're going to take a look at grade. When you take a look at grade right here, you're going to see that you have this floor right here. And if we take a look at this, it's going to tell us what that is right there. That's a floor generic, and that's 12 inches. And that's starting on grade right there. Generic floor starting at 12 inches. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to floor, and we're going to make a architectural generic floor 12 inches. On grade, generic 12 inches, and this one's going to be going to the grade. Okay, so I want to make sure we do that. That's actually going to be finding that. Okay, let's go ahead and generic floor. Let's see here. Okay, it's not where I want it to be. Let's get out of there. Try that again. Okay, we'll close out of there. Yes, I want to discard that. Try that one more time. So go to floor and change this to generic 12 inches. And okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and then I'll move it after. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go from the outside here, and I'm going to go down to the this point right here, because that's where it's going to need to go, right somewhere over here. Go ahead and go right to there. And I'll hit the green check mark, and we'll see what we got there. How did that come out? See how that floor came out. Let's take a look at it in 3D and see how we did there. Okay, looks pretty good there. Looks like that kind of went all the way down. And looks like we've got a couple things that are still kind of like occluding each other there. So that actually knows it needs to go down to grade. So I'm going to grab the floor right there and hit the tab key. And let's see here. I want to get the floor. So Okay, so I just selected the floor and I want to go ahead and I want to change that. Move it down. Come on, okay, that's not, okay. Oh, okay, that's like this. Okay, that's got to open up. Come on, you. All right. There we go. That's got to be to grade. And so when you go to grade, it resolves that issue. So that's to grade. And so now we're looking pretty good here. So that's basically what you have right there. And then we could actually move that over later. But for right now, we're just going to leave it in place just to kind of give ourselves a little demarcation as far as where that goes. Okay, so that is how we basically start that. So if you take a look down there, you can see that you got your concrete floor. So we're looking pretty good there. So we got that, and yes, that's all looking pretty good right there. And then we'd actually do some other things here, but for right now, we will continue on from there. Okay, so that is how we go ahead and make that happen. So the next thing we want to do is, now that we're making some good sense right here, so it looks like that, and we want to save it. You always want to save your project so you don't lose it. So we got that going on right there. Okay, so now that we've done that, we've completed the first floor. Let's just take a little break right here. So taking a break right here, let me just kind of ask you guys a question real quickly. Does anybody here have any issues with placing their walls on the first floor? Has anyone started that and had any issues with that at all? Hello, hello, nothing? I'll take that as a no. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, we'll continue on. Okay, and so we'll go ahead and continue on through here. Okay, so now that we've got that, the next thing we're going to do from there is, now that we have that, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to turn this off and just go to shaded, so it's more like that, so it's a little less generic, and we can even go to hidden line. Hidden line looks like that, which kind of gives us kind of a little bit more safe view. Okay, so now that we've done that, we could then begin to work on our other floors right here, our other views. Okay, so we could do that. So doing that right now, what we'll do is we will work on our basement floor right here. So I'm going to go over here to this model. I'm going to go to over to here, and I'm going to go to this right here, which would be my basement. Or I actually could go do so go to my basement right here, and I've got this right here. And these walls right here, those are 8-inch generic right there. That's my basement, okay? So those are 8-inch generic walls, so I could go ahead and do that right now, which I will do. So I'm going to do that right now. So to do this, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go here to my basement. Now when I go to my basement, I can't see anything. So the thing is, that's going to make it very difficult to draw my upper floor. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scroll down here, and there is actually something under here called an underlay. Where I can go down here and I can tell it an underlay. Now, in this particular case, you would think an underlay is actually physically beneath something, but in this case, it's not. So we're going to say here, we're going to say, show me level 1, and then we're going to say, look up. So we're going to say, look up to see this underlay. So we do that and apply it, and there's the information right there. There is the information that we wanted. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to put in our basement walls. So to do that, we go to Wall, Architectural, and then we're going to change this to generic 8 inches. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make a rectangle. And this is one of the reasons I picked a rectangle to do this, is just to make it easier on you guys, so that all this stuff, rather than getting all fussy and stuff, I just wanted to show you something to go ahead and make that work. And did that work? Should have worked. Yeah, that should have worked. Okay, looks like, let's try that again. It's here to here. Should have actually, yeah, I already found it. Okay. Okay, so let's see how that came out. Let's take a look at that in 3D. Okay, so there it is right there. Now, you'll see right there, there's a bit of a gap. That's okay. That's going to happen sometimes. If you get that kind of an appearance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab these walls like this, going to grab them so they're selected. And you can use this tool right here. This works for roofs. It works for walls. You can always attach these elements to the elements above. So we go to attach, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this element right here. Okay, let's try that again. Go to here and attach this to this. It's not liking that, is it? Okay. Let's do this then. We'll grab that, and we will go ahead and tell it that its top is not grade, but is up to level first floor. That's what we want to do there. Up to level 1. That's probably a better way to do it there. Okay. Okay, so we got that. So we went ahead and did that, and now those are in place. So now you see the walls all the way around, and that's actually how that should look. So it's starting to come together. It's starting to make some sense here. Okay, so that is how we go ahead and put in the basement. So now I go back to that view right there, and this is actually what I just put in place right there. All I have right now are the walls, and now I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to get rid of the underlay so you can't see it anymore, and we'll come back to that later and complete it. But for right now, we're going to go down here and see this, and we're going to go to our underlay, and we're going to say none. And when you do that and apply it, it just gives you this right here, which are your walls, which is what it should be. Okay, so far so good. So let's go back over to here to level 1 just to kind of orient ourselves. And then if we go to 3D, it looks like this. This is what we got. So oh, that's not that, but we got, this is what we have so far. So we got this. So what we're missing right now is the second floor. So we're going to put in the second floor right now. We're going to put that on top, and then we can start to fill in this information here. So to do this, we're going to go to level 2. So let me show you what this looks like here. We're going to go over here to this. This is level 1 copy there, and this is level 2. Level 2 looks like this. Now level 2, over here, you got this, and this is actually a different kind of wall type. It's a basic wall. It's a sided exterior wall. So if I take a look at it, we'll see that, yeah, that second floor has actually got siding. So that siding is what we want to use for this one. So we'll go back over to here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to level 2. Go to level 2, same thing that we had before. Right now, I'm not seeing anything right now, so I want to turn on my underlay so I can see that. So go to here and go to my underlay. In this case, I'm going to say, let's go ahead and give me level 1. Look down and apply it, and that's what you have right there. So I'm going to draw my second floor on top of this one. So go to my wall, and I go to my wall architectural, and I'm going to change my wall to my sided exterior wall right here. Sided exterior. And I'm going to go ahead and go through here and draw this up for this one. Yeah, maybe I could use, well, let's just go ahead and we'll use the, yeah, we'll just go ahead and we will use a rectangle for this one too. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to go finish face exterior and go from here to here. And I'm going to then go ahead and finish that off. Let's see how we came out there. Let's see what that looks like. So we came out like there, boom, looks good. So I got that right there. So I was able to put that on. That's my second floor, looking good. And so I've actually got my siding there. So now we are starting to make some real progress on this. So we want to save it again. So you got that right there. That's what your second floor should look like. And so you're going upward and you're moving forward on this whole thing. And then, you know, you could always go back here and kind of change it to have a different appearance as you're going through here, and or whatever, you know, whatever is useful for you in this particular case. Hidden line works like this, or shaded or realistic or whatever it might be. So we got that right there. So going back now to level 2, we'll go to this. This is what we just drew here. Now, at this point, I don't need level 2 anymore. I don't need to see the underlay, so I'll go to none, apply this, and I'm going to stop for a second here. Now, what I want to do is I want to take a look at my other drawing, my other project, and this is, again, this is all in your plans right here. And you take a look at this right now, you see that there are all these different walls in place right here. This one's a little busier. You've actually got a 3-foot hallway right here. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little better look at it right here. So if we take a look at this, I can begin to place my walls. For instance, right here, I've got this wall is 10'2" from the back. So it's 10'2" inside to inside. So I'm going to start with that one. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my wall command, wall architecture. And I'm going to go ahead and use a interior wall. And we said that was 10'2". So I'm going to go ahead and start it here and go from here to here. And once that's in place, I'm just going to click on it. And the distance I want right here is going to be, that's going to be 10'2". So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to change that. And that's inside the inside dimension. So go here and make it 10'2", like that. So that gives me 10'2". That's actually one of my consistent walls. The other wall is actually going to be 3 feet away from there, or 12 feet from the back. So I'm going to make another one 12 feet on the other side. So I'll go here to wall. And all these dimensions, just to show you where they're at right here, I'll go back to here to show those to you. Right here, you'll see that that's 10'2" right here to here. That gives me that wall right there. It's 10'2". And then this one over here, which actually makes up the rest of it, is this one right here. And this one is actually 12 feet from this side. That's 12 feet. So we got that. So we'll do that one now. And we will go back to that and we'll make that 12 feet. So we'll go to my wall, architectural, and I'll go ahead and place this. And we'll go ahead and do this. And I'm going to click on it here. And I'm going to make this one 12 feet. Well, like that, boom, when I got that, this is 3 feet now, which is exactly what it should be. So that's 12 feet. I can go ahead and save that and make that 3 feet, boom, and we are good to go. So I've got those in place. And that's the basics for the walls for the second floor. Okay, so we got that. That's our hallway. And then we begin to kind of like change it around as we need to. So let me show you what I mean by that. So we're going to go here and we're going to take a look at this. So we put in our hallway. And then the next thing you got is you got this right here is a 13'6" wall right here. So 13'6" from here to here, that'll give me that. And this one is 12'5". So 13'6" here and 12'5" there. So let's go and do those. 13'6" first of all. And we'll put that in place by going to our wall. And we'll go ahead and place this going from here to here. And again, I don't really care about it until I'm ready to put it in, 13'6". And we'll go ahead and say 13'6". There we go. And we'll keep that right there. All right, that's in place right there. And then I want to put in a 12'5" one up here. And you can see how this starts to, really kind of go pretty quickly. And as I go through here, and I'll click on this one right here. And that one's going to be 12'5". You see it's not right now, so I'll go ahead and change this to 12'5". Boom. And so right there, I'm actually looking pretty good here. And then I would actually be able to put in my other wall, which is 10', 10.5". I'll show you that one as well. So this other wall over here, this is 10', 10.5", and that'll give me the other side. And at that point, most of my walls are in place. So 10 feet, 10.5. And I'll go ahead and put that one in. So wall again, and I'll put this one in. I'll just go here. And let's see what that one is. And that one should be 10 feet, 10.5. 10 feet, 10.5, boom, and it does that. And that's my closets right there, so I have that, and I save it. So what you've got going on right here is the ability to go ahead and to create these spaces just by using the different information that's in there right there. And then as we begin to do that, I actually can begin to put my doors and so forth in. So I'll go ahead and show you how to begin to place these doors just to get the idea here. Like I've got this one. I'll go ahead and cancel this one. And this one right here, this is door number 20. And if I hover my cursor, that's actually single flush 30 by 80 inches, and it's right off this wall right here. So that's 30 by 80 inches. That's number 20. So I'll go ahead and put that one in. And so I'll go ahead and put in a door. And I'll go ahead and take a look at my single flush 30 by 80 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and place this. And I'll go ahead and drop it right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit that to flip it. Okay, now when I did that, I thought we said that was number 20. I think that's what we said, and it is. So I'll go there and I'll go ahead and click there and make that number 20. 20, yeah. Okay, so you can see right there, you're starting to put these in, and they are then going to show up and display on here. Then other than that, you could actually put in your bifolds. Okay, your bifolds are actually over here. And a lot of this is just going to kind of fill in the gap as you go along. This is 48 by 84. This is also 48 by 84. So I'm going to go ahead and place those and put those in place right here. So these are your bifolds. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to door. And just to kind of like make this, kind of give myself something to orient myself with, I'm going to go to bifold 48 by 84. And I'm going to go and place one of these right here. And this is going to go kind of close to the end here. And this one's going to go right up here, kind of close to the end there. All right, so that's what those are good. Oh, I kind of missed that one. We'll go right here. Okay, we'll do that. And then this one right here is actually number 10, and the other one is number 9. So I'll go to here, and I'll change this one to number 10. Number 10. Okay, good. And then this other one down here is number 9. So I got those in place right there. Then once I've got those in place, there actually is supposed to be between these at 5'3" a wall. So let me go ahead and find that right here. You'll see this right here. You then have a wall right here that's 5'3" from here to here. So I'll go ahead and place that. And then I'll, place the doors as I need to. The doors are just kind of like centered in the openings, really, is what they are. So let's make one more wall. We'll make it 5'3", going from here to here. So I'll go ahead and place it here over to here. It doesn't like that, so I'll go ahead and go down here a little bit, like that. And let's see what that is right there. So I'll go here and we can go ahead and make that 5'3", 5'3", boom. It does that, that's okay. And I'll go ahead and move all this over to make it fit a little better. Like that. And when you do that, it fits quite nicely. And then you can actually put in your dimension to say that yes, indeed, it's at 5'3", which is where it's supposed to be. Okay, try that one more time. Okay, and there we go, 5'3". And 5'3" is going to go right there. It's going to stay in place right there in case you have. Okay, here. And we'll go ahead and drop that right there. Okay, so I have these different ones in place, and that's how we begin to just go ahead and place these. So I got those. Okay, and so as you go along here, this is how you go ahead and place this. This is how you do the second floor, okay? And then your windows would go around the outsides, okay, because we have windows around the outsides. And right now we're on 6:54, so let's just take a couple minutes right now. I don't want to wear you guys out too bad. So let's take a little break, and we'll come back at 7 o'clock. So let's just take 6 minutes. We'll come back and we'll continue on with this. But here is what it's looking like right here. And you can see it's really starting to take some shape right here as we go along here. It's kind of like a dollhouse, really. And that's what we want to do. So we'll continue on here in just a minute. So we'll save it and we'll come back. So I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock, top of the hour. Okay, can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so what we got right here is we've gone ahead and we've gone through these, and again, we're using the construction documents that are on Blackboard, and we're going through this right now. Let me just kind of take a quick stop right here. Let's just kind of like say hi. Did anyone get any snow today? Can you guys hear me? Is that a no, I take it? Okay, all right. All right. Um, yeah. I don't think I got any either. In the morning, it was a little bit warmer, today. So I took the dog for a walk. It was great. Did that. And okay. Let's
What
see.
was the question, Professor?
I'm sorry. What's that?
What was the question, Professor? I didn't catch it.
I just was asking if it snowed for anybody. Probably not today, but did you guys get any snow yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, we got a little bit out here. Actually, driving out towards Eastview, we saw quite a bit. It's pretty wild right there, how much was out there. So, okay, well, anyway, we'll continue on through here and continue with this right here. So now we're back in. This is now going to get into the next section. So now what we're doing is we're breaking this project up into bite-sized pieces. So you should have had a foundation last week. And of course, the video will share that. And then we're going to continue on through here. So I've got this going on right now. And we're going to continue on through here. So again, what I like to do is kind of like show what this looks like here. And then we can go ahead and make that work right here. So going right here, this is actually right here. This is double hung with trim 36 by 80. Double hung with trim 36 by 80. So I'm going to go back over to here. I'm going to place that in there. So I'm going to go to here and I'm going to go to my window. Double hung with trim 36. That's by 72. And what did I say? 36 by must be 36 by 60, actually. I think I misspoke. So if we'll go ahead and go here, and we're going to drop it into place right here, right around like that. So once I've got that in place, I'll go ahead and put one right here, because these are all the same ones right here. And this is essentially kind of a salt box colonial, and so it has these right here. So let me go ahead and try that again, make sure I got the right one in place there. I think I did. And I hover my cursor there, and yeah, 36 by 60. Okay, that's right. And 7'4". They're all 7'4" from the corners. Okay, 7'4". Then this one's 7'4" as well. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place them all 7'4". So how do I do that? Well, I go ahead and go here, click it right there, and then it gives me a dimension here. Now this one, I'm going to click on this, so it goes to the outside because I'm measuring to the outside. And then I go ahead and make this one 7'4", like that. And it goes ahead and moves it over. I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. And I'm going to make sure this one goes to the end there and go to the middle. All right, like that. So the bolt in the middle there, actually. All right, make that 7'4". So 7'4", like that. Boom. Okay, so I got that in place. Looks like this one went over too far. I think I 7 foot. Well, I guess that's right. 7'4". And then 7'4". Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then we're going to go to the front here and we're going to click on there and we're going to move this to the outside and make that one 7'4" as well. 7'4", like that. And we'll do this one as well, which is in the master bathroom. We'll go like this and go to the center here and we'll make that 7'4" as well. 7'4", boom. So they're all equal, so it does that. Now when I've done that, let's take a look at it. What does it look like when I've done that? Well, it looks like this. This is pretty much what you got right here. And as I'd mentioned before, that is what that's going to look like. So that's what we have right there. And those are the basics right there. So it's 7'4", that is in position right there. And then if we rotate it around, you can see that it's all kind of like this. So it's starting to come into shape. Once you begin to put the windows in, it starts to make some sense here. So it's missing a floor. You're seeing the ceiling from the bottom floor. So we'll put in a floor just to kind of like make it a little more complete, make it feel a little bit better. And we'll go ahead and put in a floor. So to do that, we're going to go up to our floor command and go to floor architectural. And we'll use the same floor we used on the other one. We're just going to use a carpeted floor. I know you could do more than this. Well, right now we're just going to do this to make it kind of nice and easy to work with. And we're going to go ahead and just make a rectangle. And we're going to go from here to there. I'm going to put the floor in and we'll hit the green check mark. And would you like walls that go to this floor's level to attach to its bottom? Don't attach. So don't worry about that. So you've got this right here. Now let's take a look at that and see what we've got. We take a look at this, and when we go look down here, we see like, okay, we got some floor right there. Okay, so you got that. And it looks like these are coming up a little too far, so we could actually take those and cause them to actually drop down a little bit, but we won't worry about that just yet because they don't always show up like that. Yeah, so we got that right there. So we got the floor right there. So you got that in place. And then what we probably do is just go ahead and take these walls. And then you could do this. You could say the top constraint. You could go ahead and say top offset. Let's say 8 for 8 inches. See how that works. Okay, whoop, that did 8 feet. So let's go back to there. Let's make that, let's make it 1 foot. See what that does. Top offset. Let's make it 1 foot. It's going to be too much. We'll make it 8 inches. Let's try that again. Okay, oh, went the wrong way. So we'll go back to this one more time and we'll say -8 inches. -8 inches. That'll actually allow it right there. Yeah, that kind of puts it underneath the floor. That's cool. So we go ahead and take the walls and make them all -8 inches to change that offset. -8 inches like that. And then this one too, -8 inches. Okay, and that just will kind of like put them underneath so that they don't get in the way there. And then they'll do that. Okay, and then they should be, yeah, so we're good to go. Oh, got one more there. We'll grab that one and make that one -8 inches as well. And I may need to change that around a little bit. Right now, I just want to get them out of the way so that we're not problematic. So now we got that looking good and we don't have any issues right there. Okay, so then if we take a look at this, you can always take a look at it with what's called a section view, okay, or a section box in this case. So going over to here, you can go and take a look while you're in a 3D view. It's only in a 3D view, and make a section box by putting a check here. And when you do that, it gives you what's called a section box right here, which is kind of like a glass box. And then we can take this and shove this back in just a little bit so we can see in past that wall and see how it's looking. And when you do that, it shows you, okay, that's what you got going on right there. You've actually got your ceiling and you've got your different elements right there. So you've got that in place right there. And that's how it should look as you're going through here. So as you put that together, that is what you're looking at right there. So that gives you a nice kind of very organized way of taking a look at your project. And again, that's called your section box. You go right here, and to turn it off, I simply uncheck it. We go to there. So now that we got that, I'm not going to draw every wall and door in here because you guys can figure that out. I guess I will put the bathroom in here kind of quickly, just as you guys know how to put these elements in there because that shouldn't be too difficult. So I got a 5-foot wall and a 6-foot 4.5-inch wall. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. So looking at this right now, I've got these walls right here. I've got this wall, which is, looks like I don't have a dimension there, do I? Okay, but I know it's 5 foot. Yeah, 6'4.5". So this is 6'4.5". And then I've got, so I'm going to put in this one. This is 6'4.5" from here. And that's actually 5 feet. So 6'4.5" and 5 feet. So let me go ahead and put those in there. And I got these dimensions in several places, just trying to keep us all organized here. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back over in this direction here. And I'll go ahead and bring it right to the end. We can trim it out later. And then we've got another one. We'll go ahead and put another one. Pretty. You want one 8'3" and 1/4" from this one. So we'll go ahead and place this one here and pull it all the way down. So let me go ahead and put these together. So this one should be 8'3" and 1/4 from the inside there, 8'1" and 3/4" actually. So it came really close. Okay, so it's going to be 8'1.75" like that. Boom. And it does that. Kind of hardly even moves it. Okay, so we've got that in place right there. And then, so now that we've done that, we got a little bit idea as far as how that should work. And then I've got one more, I got a couple other things that are going on here. I got a little bump out here. That's a 5-foot dimension. So I'm going to make another wall right here. And I'm going to make this one 5 feet, going over just right away across there. And then I want to go ahead and measure that. So that's supposed to be 5 feet. So I'll make that 5, and I'll do that. Very good. And then I'll go ahead and take this, and I'm going to, then this one's got to be 4'8" and 3/4". So I need one more here. Wall, and I'll go 4'8" and 3/4", going from here on down. So we'll try this. That should work. And yeah, okay, we'll go like that. Okay, and we'll go like this. And 4'8", oh, getting pretty good here. 4'8", foot 8.75. Boom. Okay, so you got that. 4 foot 8 3/4. So you got that. So I can go ahead and pull. Now here, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of trimming out here. So go to my modify, and I can go to trim to the end right there. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to keep, let's see here. I want to go ahead and keep this and this like that. Okay, so I've got that. And that's pretty much how that should work. And then I also don't need this between these right here. So I'm going to break that wall. So this one would actually be a split element and delete this inner segment. I want to get rid of this section right here. So I want to get rid of, all right, let's see if I can't do this. All right, get rid of this to this. Nope, that didn't do that, did it? All right. So let's try that one more time. Split element, okay. Like that. Okay, so we did that. Okay. So actually this one a little bit closer, but that's okay. All right. And sometimes you have a little bit of cleanup if you don't get it good enough. Life goes on. Okay, so you got that right there. So I've got that in place, and I've got these different elements in place. We are good to go. And let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Okay, so now that I've got that in place right there, I want to put my bathtub over here, and then I have some other things to put in here. So again, to put those in, those are my components. I just want to show you guys how to do these because I've got a few things that are out here that you guys would want. So under here, let's see here, under my plumbing fixtures, I should have a tub. I think I've got a tub. Tub rectangular, yep. And I'll go ahead and grab that. I'll go ahead and drag this into position right here. And yeah, there it is. It actually wants to be on a wall. So I've actually got to pick a wall first to find it, which is going to be right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and I should be able to rotate it like that. And yeah, like that. So it goes ahead and tucks right in there. Okay, so I got my tub in place there. And then I had I made a grouping down here for in here. So I got a group, which is a large second floor bathroom, which is right here. And this actually fits right up on this wall here like this. And that's actually going to go right in there. That's going to go fit right in that section right there. And I can go ahead and push it a little bit further into the wall. And looks like there's a little bit, yeah. Anyway, it looks like some of this is close but no cigar. That's life. Okay, so we got that in place right there. So I've got that. And then I got a toilet that would go in there. So I'd go to my plumbing fixtures and I place the toilet in the corner there. And a toilet domestic 3D, and that would go right here. So I'll go ahead and flip that around. And that is how that would work, fit right there. And then there would be some other, actually a tall cabinet goes in this corner there, casework. And let me just kind of find out what that one is. Okay, the tall casework right here. What is, let's try this. Yeah, that's it right there. That's a tall cabinet, single door 18. Okay, tall cabinet, single door 18 inch. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. So tall cabinet, single door 18 inches. All right, tall cabinet, single door 18. That's it right there. So go ahead and pull this one in here, and this one gets kind of rotated into this position here. Okay, that one tucks right inside there. And that's actually how that bathroom was. Okay, that's actually how that was. And I get historical accuracy here. Okay, so we got that. Okay, and then all of that could actually be shoved down a little bit, but that's good enough for right now. Okay, so we got that in place. Okay, now on the other side of here, you actually would have another toilet on the back of this wall right here. So there was another one there. And so I'll go ahead and just, you kind of get the idea though. There's a shower that goes in here, and I'd go to my shower enclosure, which should be this one right here. Let's see here, that's I think a 36 by 36, and that one goes in here. Yep, this one does. So I flip it so that the, okay, let's see here. Interesting. Okay, why is it doing that? Okay, it's not giving me right what I want. Okay, so it's going the wrong way. All right, 36 by 36. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we will just go ahead and, yeah, okay, I think we might be able to kind of flip that around later, but we'll do that after we get it in there. So go ahead and go here, drop it in there, and see if we can't change that around. Okay, so then we can, once you got that, we'll click on that and see, we should be able to do this. Yeah, that's how it is. So that's actually fits right in there. That's how that actually would fit in that little alcove there. That's good to go. And then let's see what else. Okay, and then we've got this little wall gets pulled back a little bit because this is how this worked. And so that's there. And then you got a toilet that would actually go right there. So I could actually mirror this one. Mirror this by actually going here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the axis here. And we'll go ahead and mirror that over there. You got that. And then you would also have this little assembly right here. This is actually a... right there, that is a, okay, that's that right there. Let's see what we got right there. So it's going to have a countertop with no sinkhole. Okay, looks like that's not coming through. Okay, so that's a vanity that would actually go in place right there. Looks like I got to kind of like put, yeah, it looks like I got to kind of grab it right from there. Looks like that's, okay, that's actually right there. Okay, that's vanity cabinet, single door and door, 24-inch. Okay, vanity cabinet, single door and door, 24-inch. So I'm gonna put that in there. Casework. Okay, and then at that point, I think we can kind of like pull this back and kind of like force this over like that. Okay, and then this right here, I think if we grab this, I think we can actually take this and maybe pull it over a little bit. Maybe not. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, there you go, like that. Okay, that would go ahead and give you that, and then you go ahead and place the sink right in there. Okay, you see a sink right there, you go ahead and do the same. So we'll do that to complete that. Just we've gone this far, might as well finish it. So we'll go ahead and drop in the sink right in here, and we'll go ahead and drop that there. Boom, there you have it. So you got your sink in place right there, and then you have your basic bathrooms right there. A door needs to go right there. That's actually a closet area right there. And so this closet right here was actually 24 by 80, 24 by 80, number 14. So we'll go ahead and put in a door, 24 by 80. So we'll go to door and single flush, 24 by 80. Let's see here. Yep, and I'll go ahead and place this right around here, and I'll put this right up against here. And I think that's pretty much how that went there. And the number of that one's supposed to be number 14. So go ahead and click on that. Okay, I don't want that. So I'll close out of there. No. Okay, so you got that. Okay, so you got these different items in place right here. So you got all that going on right there. And last thing I can do is actually pull this wall. I could actually use my tool right here to keep this and that trims that out. The stairs are going to go right there. So that gives you a pretty good idea as far as do that. We're just going to do a couple more things, then we'll call it a day. Let's take a look at it real quickly. So you take a look at that, and it's looking like this right now. So you see that. That's looking pretty good there. You got your different elements in there. So that's kind of going through, and that's working. And we're going to put a roof on now. Now the roof here, if I go back to my other, to this other item right here, which I will do, go to my this view right here. If I take a look at this right here, you'll see that I've got a roof. And the roof here is actually a 5 by 12 inch roof pitch, 5 by 12 inch roof pitch. So that's one thing you want to be aware of. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on that there. 5 by 12 inch roof pitch. So back over to here, and we're going to put the roof on. So to do that, we would go to our roofs, architecture, and you guys did this before, but we'll just do it again. Roof, and we're going to do roof by footprint. And 6 inches is going to be our basic size. And we're going to change this to be wood rafter, 8 inch with asphalt shingle insulated. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then as I go ahead and pick my walls here, I can go ahead and go around here. And actually, let me go back here. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I do not want a slope on this one. So I'm going to go here, and I don't want that there. I do want a slope here on this side. So I'll pick here. and I don't want to slope on this last one. So I'll go there for that one. So once I've done that, I will go ahead and change the slope to 612. I don't have to do it right now, but why not do it? And I'll go ahead and hit my green check mark right there, and boom, let's take a look at how it came out. And when I do that, boom, it's too low. Oh gosh, that's wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna grab it, and it needs to go, instead of on level 2, it needs to go to level 3. Let's go to level 3, and boom, there it is. And now that's looking pretty good there. That's looking pretty authentic, looks like it should. And so now what you do is when this kind of situation comes up where it's not connected, you can just go ahead and click on this wall, and you can use this attach top base, okay? In other words, we're gonna attach the walls to their roof. So we go to here, and we click on the roof, and attach it like that, okay? And you can see the siding. We're gonna rotate it around over to this side and do the same thing. We're gonna click it here, and we're gonna attach this as well. Attach it there, and we've got that. So you got those in place. Very, very nice. Okay, so that's what you got there. So now this thing's really starting to kind of come together. There's a few things we're going to get to as we go along here. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to level 2, and we're going to put on the roof, if I can do that here. I think I can't even see it from here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that on level 1. I'll go ahead and put that on level 1. If I can do that, which I'm sure I can. So level 1, we'll go ahead and go here. I'm going to put a roof on here. So we'll go ahead and put a roof on, roof by footprint, and it's going to go to level 2 right here. And we'll do the same thing we did before, which is going to be, let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and pick the points like we did before. I'm going to go ahead and pick the walls. So I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be a slope here. Actually, that's going to define a slope. That is. And this is not. And this is like that. And then we'll go ahead and that should do that, right? Right, nope, nope, okay, so continue. Okay, then I'm gonna go over here and we will do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue sketching this line because that line that's not going to help me very much. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to take this line and move it out here because it has to be even with that right there to actually work. So that's how that would work. So let's see here. That actually has a slope and it shouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the slope there. And I want the slope actually over here. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to put a slope here. And I'm going to put a slope over here. And then once I've done that, I'm going to make the roof 612. And I'm going to hit apply. Let's see what we came up with there. All right, do this. And let's see how that came out. See what we got there. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, this one actually has a slope there too. So that's wrong, but that's okay. We can fix it. We'll go to there and edit the footprint. And right here, we do not want a slope there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now that's looking pretty good there. That's looking pretty authentic. I'll go ahead and grab this roof, change it so that's actually got a 6/12 pitch is what it's supposed to have. And right now, it looks like it does. Yeah, not sure why that doesn't. Let's see here. Okay. Well, let's see here. So, yeah, that's okay. That's not right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and change that. Kind of screwed that up. So I'm going to try that one more time. And so we'll go back to level 2. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. And we'll go to level 2. And we'll go to level 1, I guess. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. We're going to do a roof by footprint, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did before. This time, we're just going to make all of them with slopes, and then we'll edit it later. It's just a little bit easier that way. And we'll go ahead and do that. And the only thing I'm going to do is then I'm going to go here, and now that I've done that, I will, while I'm in here, I'm going to go up to here. I'm going to click on this line here and move that away. Okay, just to kind of get that out of there. And that one does not need a slope. That one doesn't need one. And then over here, this one doesn't need one either. And once we've done that, we'll just go ahead and hit the green check mark and see how we came out there. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, so that's too low, so we'll go ahead and click on that. And we're going to change it to 612, first of all. Make it 612 roof pitch like that. Okay, and then we're going to move it up to level 2 to get it where it's supposed to be. Like that, and there it is. And then we're going to take this wall and we're going to attach it to there, and we got that. All right, looking pretty good there. And then that is pretty much how that's got to be. So that is how that would actually, we're going to go ahead and I think stop it right there. That's plenty for you guys to work with right here. So that is where we're going to leave this right here. We're going to go ahead and leave that right there, and that's enough to get you to where you can get to from here. So that's enough. And then after Thanksgiving, when we get this, you want to stay on top of this. So I definitely recommend doing this much. Then after Thanksgiving, we'll come back and we'll complete it. There's going to be more elements to put together, but that's the bulk of it. There's still some other important stuff, but I've given you some shortcuts. So before we stop it right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, yeah, is there anything else that, is there any questions about what I just covered tonight? No? Okay. Well, that's as far as we're going to take it for tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here. And as I always do, I'm going to be here to answer questions and to give you guys time for this this lab time. Other than that, that's what I'm going to cover for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording right here. I'm going to stop that and going to go ahead and